Alright guys, so in this episode we're going to be building our custom sign-in page. So in case if it's your first time watching this video, we have a series that is ongoing where we are creating different pages and components using Clerk custom API. So I'll leave a link to the video where we built our own custom sign-up page. So if I click on the sign-up page, you'll see that we already have one right here. So let me go back, and I also advise you watch that video so that you can get a better understanding of what we want to do today. So right now, if I click on the sign in, it's going to take me to a 404 page because the page has not been created. So what we need to do is to go back to VS Code. Then on our app directory, we're going to create something similar to this. So we say sign in, then say / open 2 square brackets, add 3 dots, so we say sign in. So then we'll close it and say / again, then we'll say page.tsx. So now what we'll do is we'll go to our sign up page and I'll copy everything, go back to our sign in page and paste it right here. So I'll go to the top, and you can change this if you want. I'm going to leave it as it is. Then what we just need to do is to change this use sign up hook to use sign in. So I can say use sign in. So I'll get rid of this one. Then I will change this one to sign in, and also this will be sign in. Then we also need to get rid of some states. So we no longer need this verifying state, and it's verifying as well as its code, and also the success message. We do need these other states, by the way. Then this will be if not sign in. Also, we no longer need this validate form function as well, so get rid of that. Then for this, we'll change this to sign in, and you know what this, and let's just put this in a variable. So we'll say const sign in attempt, and by the way, all these are in the documentation, so this should be attempt, not attemptee. Then for the email address, we just set the identifier to the email address like so. All right, we also need to get rid of this and this as well. So what we'll say now is if the sign in dot status is equals to complete, so if it's completed, then we want to await the set active, and for the session, so let me say so okay, so say session, and we'll pass in the sign in attempt dot create session. So basically we want to store the session ID in this set active function. So what we need to do now is to add like a toast message so that the user can see that they are logged in. So we don't have that installed. What I'll quickly do is I'll go to cn, I'll go to components and look for Sonar. So this one here. So basically if I click on this show toast, you can see it right here. So I'll just copy it and paste it right here. All right, so that's been imported. So the way to use it is I think if we come here, they give us a guide. So basically on our layer.tss file, we'll copy this guy and go to layer.tsx, and let's just do it underneath this guy here. I'll import it from the components directory, and you can also add some properties as well. So I can add rich colors, and I think you can add the what's it called, the close button as well, then the position. So we can set it to top center. I think I've not tried this one. Let's try this one out. So if we save now, can come here and set this to toast dot success, and then we'll say login successful, like so, and then we can now direct the user to the home page, like so. So we can say else. So in the else statement, we can just say tools dot warning, and we can just say additional verification required. So you can use this if you add things like two-factor authentication, or the user basically needs a second factor authentication to log in. Then we can just also console to log the sign in status, like so. So let me just say sign in attempt to status. But basically, we're not going to get to this part because the status we're looking for is complete. And if I get rid of this complete and hit Control space bar, you can see other statuses. So if it's something like this one now, we will definitely get to this else block. So for this part, I'm going to leave it like this, but for the error code, I already have them outlined. So we will check for something called strategy for user invalid. So if the login process is not valid, so maybe the user signed up with Google, and they're not trying to use like an email and password to log in, we need to throw an error. So we say something like this account only supports Google sign in. Please use the let's say continue with Google button, like so. All right, cool. Then also need to check if the form password length is too short, so too short, like so. So we can say password must be 8 characters or more. Then let's also add other cases as well. So I'll copy this one. I think I'm going to add like 2 more cases. So this one, paste it here and paste it here. All right, so let me save first. So for this one, I'll get rid of this. So we'll also check for form password pond, like so. And this will say password is too weak. And this one is optional though, because I don't think we'll ever get here, because this will eventually block this. You know what, let's just get rid of this. Let me just get rid of it right now. Then for this one, which is the last one, I can just say form identifier exists. So if the user already exists, You can just say email address is taken, please try another. All right, cool. So I think that's for that. The other things we can leave them as they are. Then we no longer need this handle verify function as well as the handle resend code. So we'll be getting rid of this as well. Then for this will be sign in with, not sign up, and this will be sign in like so. For the redirect URL, we'll just leave it like so. I think this works because we already have it created here. Basically that's all for this function right here. So we now need to come to our UI and we'll leave most of the things as they are. So leave them like so, but for password we need to add like a forget password. So let me just change this one to sign in with. Okay, so this part now I'll just say so create a new div and this will be class name of grid and we say gap should be 2 and add a margin bottom of 3. Then I'll cut this guy or rather collapse it. And also we don't need this captcha anymore, so we'll save. And for this guy here, so I'll give it a class of flex items will be center. Then under this label right here, I will say add an a tag, or in this case you can just use the link tag. We want to go to the forget password. So we've not created this. We'll likely do this in the next video. And right here we can just say forgot your password. Then for the styling, we'll say this should be margin left of auto inline block. Text will be small, give it an underline and add like an offset of like 4, then over, we just set it to underline. So what we need to do is that this div right here, we're going to close it right here. So I will get rid of this one and make sure it's self closing right here. Then don't worry about this error, I'm going to get rid of it. Then for this, we'll just leave it as it is and just get rid of this last div here. Then for the button, we'll just change this to login. And just underneath the button you can just say errors dot general. So if there's any error, we'll just say, so I'll hit tab because this thing is getting on my nails. All right, so for the styling, this will be 600, then add like a margin top of 2 and text will be center. So in case we get any random errors, it's going to show here. Then just underneath the button you can just say create a new div and this will have a class of margin top of 4, text should be center and text will be small. Then we can just say if they don't have an account, so, and let's add like a space here. Then we can just let me copy this link and paste it right here, and this will be sign up like so. Then this will be sign up, and for the styling we'll just leave, let's just leave, get rid of all this and leave just this guy. So I'll save, and if we go back to our UI now, I click on sign in, you can see that we are redirected to this nice sign in page, and I'm going to change this to something related to signing. So right here I will say let's just say login to your account, and let's say enter your email below to log in to your account. Okay, cool. So if we check now, I think I don't have a user currently. So what I'll quickly do is if I try to add my mail and use it as the password and click on login right now, you can see that they say couldn't find account. So I can choose to go to the sign up page, or I can continue with Google. So if I continue with Google, I can choose to sign in with my mail. So I'll just sign in, and this is what it's showing, guys, for the people that missed it on the last episode. All right, cool. And ignore these errors you're seeing here. It's just from, I think it's one of these extensions. As you can see, MetaMask is the one showing error. Fine. You can see now that we are now signed in. So if I go to my dashboard, all right, so it's showing, but it's showing twice, and I think it's from my own end. I just need to clear my cookies. So let me just delete this other one. Oh, you rather know what? I'm going to delete both of them, and I'll open my DevTools, and on application I will go to cookies and I will just clear out everything, and this should sign me out. So let's go back. So if we come back again, we should be logged out now. So if I refresh, all right, so I'll click on sign in, and I'll use Google to sign in this time. So I'll say continue with Google. So I'll select my email, and we'll get this nice UI that is authenticating us. All right, so we are now signed in. So if we go to Clerk now, you can see that we are now signed in now. So in case if you are not wondering why we got a toast notification, it's basically, remember that we added it to the handle submit, not the sign in with Google. So in order to do that, what I will just quickly do is I will sign out, and I'll click on sign in. Then if I try to sign in with the email that I used, so basically the email that I use with my Google, I click on login, you can see that this account only supports Google sign in. Please use the continue with Google button. So the other thing to do now is, in order for us to get that toast message, I will just go to sign up, and I will get rid of this account, and I will say I'm Lawrence, and I'll use this as my password as well. So secret account. So I'll quickly copy the verification code, and I'll paste it here and say verify. All right, so we've been verified. So if I go to sign up now and go to sign in, and just for confirmation, let's just check if the user came in. So the user is here. So you can see Lawrence, and I will, you know what, let me just make it change to the password, so you get like this error message that say password is incorrect. So if I paste in the right password and click on login now, I see that login was successful, or is successful rather. I can close it out. Alright guys, so that's the size of the video. If you found the video helpful, do well to leave a comment, like and share, and also do well to check out this video. Alright guys, till next time.